Welcome back to Building with Jim. Today we're doing the Sullivan flying wire kit or tail brace wire kit. And today we're going to use the kit as a tail brace wire kit on a giant scale aircraft. Some of the fellas in our giant super Sportster thread on RC Universe have been discussing the need for tail brace wires on the giant super Sportster, which I agree with. Most giant scale planes, full scale planes usually have them, especially if they're going to do any kind of aerobatics at all. And it's just a good idea in a model, especially a giant scale, to help hold the empennage, the tail feathers onto the plane. We're going to first day with my new mouth. We're going to be installing the Sullivan flying wire kit, tail brace wire kit today on a giant scale super Sportster. And for those of you who would like to see it done, that's Sullivan, of course. And let's get to it. So, very small hardware with this. There's your crimp loops, your crimpers, Sullivan golden clevises with locks. There's a Sullivan lock. The lock right there. Hopefully I can get close enough for you to see what the wire looks like. Very nice brass. The little brackets that I showed you just before need to go right here, and I'm placing them right in front of the tail wheels. I'm also using a Sullivan tail wheel assembly, so it doesn't get in the way. But what the story is here is you're allowed to put two brackets together, which they say, you know, completes the loop and makes it super tight. Well, if you do that, the brackets are all the way into the center of the plane and these loops barely lean over. So what I'm going to do in my installation is I've bent the brackets slightly. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to put them on the edges and drill a hole for each. Okay, this is what they look like when they're on, and that'll be quite sturdy. And this is what she looks like up close once you've finished one of the anchors. And there you go. That's what that looks like when it's all finished. That's a 440 bolt drilled through the wing with a nylock nut on the back. Those don't come in the kit, by the way. The one thing that I was worrying about before was that you have to avoid your linkages. You don't want your linkages to hit flying wires, that's for sure. And mine were close. And seeing as I didn't know what kind of RF noise carbon fiber hitting steel cable would cause, I thought I'd better check. And I can see that it's going to be just fine. I've got a good 1/4 of an inch of clearance here. Okay, we're going to go over using the crimps. The tail wires are going to be non-adjustable on the bottom. Make sure that they're what you need from them. crimpers. You can see I've pulled this through, and what you want to do here is, I've already attached the other side, I showed you that, and this side is going to be attached. We've got it pretty good. Just make sure you got plenty, say 2 or 3 inches extra, and cut it. Now you can remove this and take your time while it's loose, putting the crimper on, putting your crimper onto your wire before you fasten it on. It'll keep that tension on there that you've got. Okay, here we go. They're tight, but not really tight. They got some tension. One thing you want to remember with flying wires or pull cables is, once you've done the crimps, is remember to put a drop or two of CA in the crimp. Let it soak inside. It's a very important thing to have. It'll go inside of there and help hold the wires where they're supposed to be held. Both of the flying wires are done underneath now. You can see tension, but not tightness. Someone asked, why don't you put 2 sets of flying wires on it? We've got one diamond here, holding from the fin to the horizontal stave to the underneath, holding it down. Why don't we use another? We could use another. There's no problem with that. This kit actually gives us enough to do one. I've looked it up, I've looked online, and most planes will have 1 flying wire. Seems to be enough. I was thinking of putting a second one on the bottom of the front of the horizontal stab. Haven't done it. May yet do it. But I wanted to cover how to put this together with you first here today. You can apply it as many times as you'd like. As you know, we wanted to have tension on this side, more tension. Well, what we're going to do is, we unscrewed this quite a ways to get 4 or 5 extra threads here, and then we've attached it, and now we're going to get our normal tension on it, just the way we would have normally done it. And there you go. Let's zoom in and look at our flying wires. Well, that's it for today. That's it for our little review on the installing tail flying wires with the Sullivan number S546 packet. It's a nice little pack full of hardware. I really enjoyed using it. We'll see you on the next segment of Building with Jim. You take care now.